Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You guys have access to your Google Classroom. Now, this classroom is very important because we've kind of organized everything in here. You have your first cohort, which you guys are not concerned with. This is the second cohort, which you guys are concerned with. So for this class, I'm going to give you a link to a document. This is what we're going to be working on today. It's called the static catalyst. And it's something where we have to create a campaign for a company that is an electrical company, because what we've done for this cohort is we've tried to accommodate each of your specialities. That's the reason why I had a little short call with all of you guys in the first place, to see exactly what your specialty was. And even if you weren't planning on doing your specialty, but maybe later on you wanted obviously to use this content creation to be able to find remote work, to start up a business where you can be creating content, I wanted to know what your interests were so that we can direct the content creation to that. And that's the reason why you're going to see that all 4 sessions are basically revolving around your specialities, disciplines, and your interests. So this is to do with a little bit of electrical engineering and jewelry as well. So I'll explain what that means. But first, let me give you guys the link to this document so you have access. So I think all the people in this classroom should have the link. I think I didn't see, I don't want to switch it to anyone, so I'll just keep it this way. James, you probably need to join into the classroom because I think I saw you not in there for whatever reason. If you're not in the Google Classroom, please go join in. If you didn't get the link or, when we shared it, then just check your email or something like that. It should be there. So can you guys just let me know if everyone is able to access this link? Because that's what we're going to use today. Can you guys check the link and see if you're able to access it? Otherwise, I will have to switch it to anyone with the link just for today so that everybody can access it. By the way, you guys can still see my screen without any problems, right?
Yes.
Okay, can you guys access this link without any
Yes, ma'am.
problems? Okay, so now I need you guys to open 2 places. You're gonna open Gemini, right? Is anyone having any problems with the link? Just let me know if there's anybody who's having a problem. If you're not having a problem, please go to Gemini. Now, your participation in this course is very, very important. This is how we're going to gauge your overall performance. This is how we'll see how dedicated, hardworking you are to actually learn content creation, where we can be able to help you by the end of the course. Either you will do an internship with our company, or we can funnel you with some of the remote jobs because there are many companies that are looking for content creators. So like I mentioned, if you have any questions, feel free. I'm going to try to go on a slow pace, okay? Feel free to let me know if you have a question. Do we all have our Geminis opened? Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
and then I need you guys to open one more thing. Go to Google Flow. And then I need you guys to also open, if you don't know what Google Flow is, just go search it up. It's part of the Google AI Studio library. And I need you to go there and I need you to open another one called the Google Lab. Now for the Google Flow, if you don't have a Gmail account that is restricted, I feel like you're going to be fine with the Google Flow, except if your Gmail account is restricted by any way. I don't know. Maybe you have like an age restriction or a country restriction. I don't think in Nigeria there's any restriction for Google Flow, but if you're having problems with it, you may want to switch to your VPN, right? So you may want to switch to VPN. I'm sure you guys know what that is. If you're having a problem where you cannot access it right now, well, that's unfortunate, but it's fine for this lesson. However, for next lesson, please make sure you can access it. Now, if you are on Google Flow, just click Create with Flow. There's some new changes that are happening on Google Flow that I'll explain to you a little bit later. So what is content creation and how is it going to work? So if you're on Google Flow, just click on Get Started. That's it. That's all you need to do. You're going to see this.
Oh.
Okay, Get Started. You're going to see a bird there. Is everyone okay with Gemini, Google Flow, and this document? All good so far? If you have any questions, let me know, because I want to be sure before we move on.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it Google Flow? I'm not getting Google Flow from my end.
What does it say when you try to open Google Flow?
So which of the is it an app or just search your name on Google? Or how do I get it?
web browser. Google Flow is a web browser. I'm going to put it for you on the chat. It's a web browser. You just got to go in, not a web browser,
Yes,
but it's a web-based.
I've accessed it, ma.
Okay. Marvelous has accessed Google Flow. Sule, have you accessed it? I think John's having an issue. John, the link to Google Flow is in the chat. Tell me if everyone's having that fine, because you need Google Flow, because that's one of the places where you will create content for free, at least for now. Is it all good so far? Or still having
Yes.
switch to VPN if you're having problems with Google Flow. And let me know if you are having problems with it, because I want to know later on. Okay, I'm going to have to move on. If you're having problems, I'll come back and help you with that. Now, if you guys are on this document, I can only see John is on this document. You really need to get into this document, because this is where I'm going to start explaining some things. So I think I'm sharing my screen anyways. The idea here is that there is this company called Aethelgard Semiconductors, okay? They are like a chip making company. And let's imagine that you have been hired to create a viral. Anytime you create a content, if it's video, make sure you put in your mind that this has to be viral. Nobody on the planet should have ever done something like that. So it says you've been hired to create a viral unboxing. All these details are very important. So viral unboxing, reveal kind of teaser trailer for a semiconductor firm. So this information I'm going to highlight it is very important. You have to consider what kind of content you're creating. Now, obviously, because you guys, I don't know if you know this already, but on YouTube or on any social media platform, most of the videos, as you know, that succeed is the real type of videos, the ones that have a vertical orientation. So that's the obvious type of video ad that you're going to be creating for this one too, right? A 9:16 vertical video orientation. It has to start with a high fidelity hero image and blossoms into motion. So it starts with the picture, goes into motion. I'm going to skip all this stuff. This stuff I'm going to talk to you about later on. These are all other options of how you can create content, and you're going to learn it in these sessions. There is something we call Whisk. There's another one where you can create music, which you guys may have seen some content. Some people are actually creating customized music. So I'm going to skip that for now. Let's go into the viral factor. How can we make this a little bit more viral? We're going to be using Google Flow in our case. This is why I told you to open Google Flow, and we're going to use Gemini. Okay, so the viral factor is we have to put a contrast of an industrial microchip against the luxury jewelry aesthetic, optimized for a vertical scroll. So basically what they want you to do is to create a video content that is sort of unboxing a microbit chip or microchip, but at the same time, it's like you're unboxing jewelry, you know, like when people buy new jewelry. So the idea is that's why it's viral. Now, this is a scenario that we have to consider. I want to ask you guys, can you take like a minute just to go through this part? And I'm going to ask you a question about it. This part right here. It's from detailed scenario all the way to the end, which is viral factor. Marvelous, you're going to have to keep something down in your side because there's audio noise coming from your side. So if you can please just keep whatever is there down. Can you guys take like a minute? Let's just take all a minute to go through this part, especially the detailed scenario and the content, and again, the viral factor. And then I'll ask you guys a question. Okay, we have like a couple of seconds left. Okay, guys, time's up. Can you tell me, before I start calling anybody here, because obviously this is a class where you should feel free to express what you're thinking, and if you have any questions, what do you think is the main idea behind this content? Before we go into start creating it as a content creator, what would you say they're expecting you to create that can be able to communicate with your end users, like people who actually would see this and go to the company and want to buy this this microchip? What would you say is the main thing behind this content? What would be the main ingredient here? Do you have an idea? Did you understand what the detailed scenario, the content, the viral factor was? Sule, Marvelous, John, are you all there? Can you please, Marvelous and John, keep your camera turned on like Sule is? Your cameras keep going on and off. It must be turned on throughout the lesson. So please keep it on, even if you're switching windows, just keep it on during this time. So do you guys have any idea about this? Do you understand what it's saying?
Okay.
If you don't understand, yeah, go ahead. Sule, go ahead. Yeah.
Can I try some?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma?
So based on this, on the content, I can say that I actually do not understand all it entails, but I can say that first thing first is they are trying to create a content that when the end users,
Yes.
the masses are seeing it, is something that will captivate, that will capture attention first.
Ma.
That will capture attention first. I don't know if I'm correct by that, but something that will capture attention first, which is captivating.
Brilliant. That's exactly it, Sule. You got the main idea. Capturing attention of the end user. Just like when you see something new for the first time, what grabs your attention? If it's shiny, if it's attractive looking, there's many things. Your eyes, sometimes they say eat before you even eat. If you go to a place, right? Same thing with jewelry or anything else. Okay, so we're going to get started. Marvelous, you were calling me, I think. Do you have anything you want to say? Or I didn't ask about John. Sule just gave his opinion, which is correct. The main idea is to capture the attention of your audience through a medium, which is, imagine a microchip is actually a jewelry that you're trying to sell, and the shining of that jewelry and the sort of demeanor of the jewelry is what you're trying to communicate with the audience. So Marvelous and John, do you guys have anything you want to add to this before we go into the content creation now?
Just
Not
what,
for now.
Just what we have said.
Yeah.
Said that they want engineers to see something like a jewelry, not like an adult at first.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So let's get to work. There's something you need to know. Let's go to Gemini. First, you have to think about if you're going to create something accurate without rubbish text, then it's better for you to create this into scenes. That means like a storyboard. You need images that you will turn into real life. So what you do is go to Gemini, start creating your prompts. So I'm going to start writing the prompt. You guys need to do the same so that you follow me on the same thing. So I'm going to start, I always start with this, create a viral. If you want this to go viral, and if you want this to be something that no one has ever done on the planet, you probably would be asking Gemini the question and saying, okay, based on all this information, you have to think like you're talking to somebody who has absolute no idea what you're saying. So you're going to be doing stuff like, based on all this information, give me an idea to be able to create. Actually, let's do that. Let's do that first before we say create. Let's go and do that. Let's imagine we're talking to no one. So based on the information below, this is where you're going to start with. If you have no idea on how to start this whole content, because you don't know how to begin. So based on the information below, you're going to say, give me an idea of how to create video content that will go viral, completely unique and creative. Okay, this is important. These keywords are very important. Completely unique and creative. You can even say captivating, all those kind of things. To communicate, okay, you can say to advertise first. The microchip, according to the description included below, which should initially, you got to be very descriptive here, which should initially grab the attention I'm going to give you guys this prompt, but don't wait for me to copy paste anything. You should be typing on your own, or you should be looking at what I'm typing and trying to retype a similar prompt. So what should initially grab the attention of the viewers or of the viewer as soon as he or she starts to watch, something like that, as soon as he or she starts to watch. Now, there's also something you should consider. Storytelling is a very important aspect of content creation. So you can say, give me a storytelling type of idea. You can also say, consider storytelling. You know, if you're not sure, consider that. Consider doing something emotional that will communicate with the audience, emotional communication with the viewer. Just put anything from your head. Now you're gonna see what Gemini will do. Now I'll say, here is, when you're done describing what you like, saying what you want, saying to Gemini that I need you to look at this information. Obviously, if you're a content creator, you're not always going to be getting information, right? You guys are probably wondering, what about if we have no information? Well, is someone else, could you please mute your sounds, guys? There's noise coming in. If you guys have no information, like right now I'm giving you guys information, but what about if someone hires you and just tells you, I need you to create a content for my jewelry brand, and you have no other information? You're going to be asking questions like, okay, what kind of jewelry do you sell? You need a little bit of information from them. With all that information you're going to gather from them, that's what we call system analysis in software development lifecycle. You guys are not doing app development, but that's how we do it. You gather a little bit of information, and with all that, you come back here and you write the same thing. So here you're going to say, here's the information to consider. Okay, so you'll see now what will happen. So what I'll do is I'll put the colon. Now I'll go back to the place that you guys have access to, the file. Go back here. Copy the information that is very useful. So what do I need here? I need this part, the name of the whole, viral content. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to Gemini and I'm going to paste it. And one thing I forgot to mention is, don't say just give me an idea to create on how to create a video. Say how to create a shorts video. This has to be shorts, okay? Because it's shorts. That's the point. So give me an idea of how to create a shorts video content like that. And then you notice that I just pasted that information right here, right? This is my first pasting. Go back again. I need to paste the alchemy part. This is important. All the things that you think is important, you need to paste them in there. So I'm going to copy this entire thing all the way from here to the very end. All that information is essential. So now I'm going to paste it down here. And that's it. Once you're done, make sure you are selecting thinking, because Gemini thinks more when you put thinking. When you go for pro, no. Pro, no. You're not doing programming. Just go for thinking. If you go for fast, it's like what it says, fast. So I'm going to send it now. Let's see what it will do. It's supposed to give me some suggestions of things that I can create. The best AI out there right now, for my opinion, and I think so many people will agree with me, is Gemini. So there's Claude, there's Copilot, there's all the other ones. We use them, but the best one to give you a proper thing would be Gemini, and also Google AI Studio. I'll come back to that. So look at what it suggested. It says to create a viral short for the Aethelgard Semiconductors, we need to lean into something called uncanny luxury aesthetic. The goal is to do what? To make the viewer question whether they're looking at a 50,000 Patek Philippe watch or a piece of world-changing hardware. So that's what people's going to go on people's minds. Now, this is supposed to be a 15-second viral vertical title trailer, and the name is going to be called The Pulse of Prestige. Okay, that's the idea. Now, phase one, it's giving you a couple of things that you need to look at, okay, which I'm going to just skim through with you guys, okay, because I can't share my Gemini right now. I can only put it for you on the document. Now, phase one is there's total darkness. This is how it will start. Total darkness. Suddenly, there's a single sharp Chiaroscuro spotlight that hits a silver of gold. You can't tell what it is yet. It looks like the edge of a luxury watch or a designer ring. So you're not sure what you're seeing, but you're seeing something through the screen. So as it goes, it unfolds. There's phase two, phase three, all the way to phase four. Now, all this stuff here is what Gemini is explaining to you why the viral part is going to work. So it's giving you an idea why this is going to work. But your main focus is basically the phases. Okay, so we can't create content with this. So this is what you're going to do next. Are you ready for the next part? The next part is this. You're going to say, okay, now create, okay, a detailed, viral, high quality scenario broken down.
Alicia, excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, John. Can hear you.
Are we going to likely have access to this prompt later to try?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Let me give you. Thanks for telling me. Let me give you. You guys have all access in the file, right? Okay, I'm gonna put it here. Let me put it for you guys. But remember, you guys, as we create prompts, you got to learn how to write your own prompt on your own. So this is gonna be prompt number 1. It's right here, but it's too big. I need to reduce the size. But this is what I put into the Gemini. So can you guys let me know if you can access it, or maybe I need to put it on the chat in parts? I'm not sure, but this file is the one I gave you guys. Just go click the link to this file. And this is the prompt. It starts from here to here, okay? Right on to this part. This is where I wrote my own text. Then I just copy pasted from here where I said, here is the information to consider. That's what I did. Okay, let me know if you guys can see it. You guys look stuck on your screens. I'm not sure.
No, we can't. I'm not sure we can. Okay, yes, I can see it now.
Okay,
Prompt 1.
all right. Yeah, prompt 1, you guys have to scroll all the way to the bottom and then just copy this entire thing and go to Gemini. Actually, I'm going to wait for you guys to do this. For who can do this, please go and do this now. Copy this entire thing and put it in Gemini. Just copy paste it. But remember that you have to make sure you are on thinking. Okay, now it's important you guys should do this because you're going to have an assessment to complete by next week to submit. So it's really important you try it and see if there's any problems, issues, whatnot. The prompt is also here, even though it's not a complete thing, but it's also here on my screen. So you can see it as well. Okay, while you guys are doing that, I'm just going to be writing the second part of this prompt. Now, you notice that I started saying, now create a detailed, high quality scenario, right? You can put as much wording as you want. Scenario, right? Based on the phases mentioned above to create the advertising video content for the you got to put their names in here. So I'm just going to copy their name, the name of the company, right? This one. So put that for this. So let me read what I just wrote. I said, create a detailed, viral, high quality scenario based on the phases mentioned above. Yes, go ahead. Do you guys have any issues with the previous prompt? Anything?
Please, ma'am,
You can't act.
can't
Okay,
access.
wait. Let me see if I can give you guys on the chat. Just give me one moment. I'll copy it and put it for you guys on the chat. Okay, I am put. You couldn't access it? Okay, wait. I'm trying to do it on the chat. There, I copied the first part. Did you see it on the chat? Go to the chat for this lesson, like where we are right now, Google Meets. And I'm gonna copy the second part for you guys. Okay, so I'll copy part by. Yeah, you can access it? Okay. Well, let me copy the second part. Just copy, don't copy everything yet and send it to Gemini. I'm still copying the other parts. This is the second part of it. It's because it's a little bit long. And then this one's another part. I believe I can copy the entire thing. Let me just go from here to here. Where did I stop right now? I kind of lost where I stopped. Let me see what was the last line. Robotic hand. Okay.
Viral.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to do this. So I'm starting from the viral factor here. Let me just make sure it's copying completely. Viral factor. I feel like I just, okay, if you see robotic hand again twice, that's different. They're two different things. It's just that the viral part is the same. So if you see robotic hand and robotic, that's because there's robotic hand here and there's robotic hand here. But these are two different like parts. Now, the last thing I'll copy is from here to here. That's it. And I've given you all of the prompt. This is the first prompt, okay? So here it is. Okay, you guys have the second, the last part of the prompt. Can you check if you can access everything? And you can now copy it into Gemini.
Okay, this is the same prompt with what you put on the document.
Yes, it's the complete prompt. It's just that I had to break it down into parts. It's this whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have it on Gemini already.
Okay, great. You guys send it, okay?
Yeah, copying, yeah, and sending it to the prompts.
Yeah, everyone's gonna get a different thing that Gemini is gonna tell them, okay? But we're all gonna be getting the main idea. The main idea for me, remember, what is my main idea? Is that I'm trying to make the people who are going to watch this video be confused at the beginning. They don't know what they're seeing. They're looking at something. It's not very clear. It looks shiny. They're not so sure. That's why it's 15 seconds, because the whole point, the start is the hook. The hook is very important. That's why we call it a hook. The starting. That's what makes people either want to watch your video or swipe away. So that's the captivating part. And that's why it's a reveal. It's an unboxing, a reveal kind of thing. So I didn't go through all the other things with you guys, but you know, when you create your own, like send it to Gemini, you can go through it yourself. I have a total of 4 phases, as you can see here. So now I'm going to continue my second prompt. Is it okay if I move on to the second one? Is this the first one okay? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Now, this part is the important part because this is the prompt that will give you the scenes that you will use to create the video. So this is really important. So I'm saying create a detailed, viral, high-quality scenario based on the phases mentioned above. And make sure you tell Gemini what phases, because remember I told you it's like a baby. It doesn't really know much until you specify. I'm supposed to create this advertising video content for this company. And then I'm going to say, make sure or not make sure, break down, this is important, break down the scenario into detailed viral scenes. Okay, this is important now, okay? Detailed viral scenes containing what? What does each scene need to contain? Just like you're a producer of a movie. There should be the visuals. Where is the visuals? And the settings. That should be there, visual/setting. There should be the character profile, okay? That means if there's going to be a person in here. Character profile or profiles in parentheses. So that means it might be 1 or 2. Now, if you want this to be realistic, as in you want people in the video, then you have to say create a detailed, realistic, or after viral. So you can say realistic, okay? If you want this to be like with people and stuff. If you're not interested, you just want to see what you get, then go for viral. Now, there is visual settings, character profile. This is important. This is what you have to write. There's also going to be actions, what's happening in each scene. There's going to be voiceovers, and make sure you say voiceovers, including short descriptions. So including a short description for the tone and accent. It's important, right? You want to know what kind of tone and what kind of accent, and even what kind of mood of the voice, which is what we call the tone anyway. So voiceovers, then you're going to say, what else do you need? You need soundtrack. You can say pleasant soundtrack. Okay, so that's suitable to each scene. What else do you need? You need a text overlay. That's very important. Text overlays are those kind of like little fun text that you see popping up sometimes on scenes. Yeah, it's really like captions, but slightly different. These ones are more there to emphasize what exactly that scene is, because some people, when they're visually captivated, they forget the main idea. So you want the emphasis. So you're going to say short, don't make it long. Short, well displayed. You can say classy, vintage. Those words should be in your vocabulary. So I'm just going to say short, well displayed text overlays. And then you can also say include, okay, I think I need to spread this out because it's text overlays is a separate word. And then you can say include short descriptions of how to display it. It's really important of how to display the text overlays per scene or overlay per scene. And then lastly is the transition. This is very important, natural transition, which means how are you moving from one scene to the next? Otherwise, your story is not going to be connected. Scenes are going to look very awkward. So natural transition, describing how to move naturally from one scene to the next. Is it okay so far? Like, are you guys getting like this part where I am? Because that's pretty much it. That's all. And at this point, you just have to go over what you've written. Now, I don't know if you know this, but you guys will see if I switch tools, if I go to tools and I switch to music or something like that, I could create music for this, but that could be something I'll show you later on. So for now, I think I have everything here. I've said what I want. Oh, you can specify how long this should be, but I think there's no need. It already says 15 seconds. So let's send it to Gemini. Let's see what we get. I'm going to give you guys the second prompt. The second one is shorter. So it's now defining your story pillars, and it's done it really fast. Look at what it's done. Okay, so true power. Now, one thing I don't like a little bit about this is not that I don't like it. I feel like the tone and the accent, the description is a lot. So I might just shorten it. I can use my brain to do this. I don't need to ask Gemini anything else. But anyways, this is what we have. Let's look at the beginning. If you want this to be set in a particular country or city or something like that, this is something you should have said in your second prompt. You should have said, create a detailed, realistic, high quality scenario that is based in Delta State, Nigeria, for example, or something like that. So that would have given Gemini the idea to set it within that context. But I didn't put any city or country, so I don't have anything. Now, this is the hook. Do you guys see what it says? Hook, blackout hook. Right? So with this information, I can start making my first scene. I have scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and there's a natural transition. Do you notice this? Transition meaning how I'm going to go from one scene to the next, from one to the next, all the way until I go to scene 4. I like this because I only have 4 scenes. I don't have much. 4 scenes and that's it. So one thing you could do, and I will suggest that you guys do this, is this. Say, break down. Okay, again, you need to break down. Why? Because Gemini or any AI can create, especially Gemini, it can only create for you a maximum of 8 seconds per clip, like per video clip. You can't have more than 8. So do you guys notice something? This one is saying 0:12 to 0:15. Okay, let's see the difference. Let's go to the beginning. Actually, I don't think I need to break down. Let's go to the beginning. I'll tell you why. Here is the 00 to 03. So that means 3 seconds. That's fine. That's good. Here's another 5 seconds. That's also good. Yeah, and here's 4 seconds. That's very good. That's good. Here's 3. So I don't think I need to do anything. If you get a scenario or scenes that are like 20 seconds or something like that, you're going to have to break them down into 8-second scenes. Otherwise, you're going to have problem when you're trying to generate them. So now what are we going to do? So I'll give you the prompt and I'll tell you what next we'll do. How are we going to start creating the content? So we have our scenario and our scenes ready, right? So here is the second prompt. I'm putting it on the chat. I'm going to put it on the document. And mind you guys that we're going to organize the document. We will have a lesson plan that's easy for you guys to follow. Later on, we'll upload that. But this is the second prompt, okay? So now what you'll do, as I told you, if you want the text to be accurate, if you want to do your work perfectly, you're going to copy this first part, copy your first scene, everything. You're going to come down here and you're going to start making the pictures for the scenes. Now you're going to say create a high quality. You can put those, cinematic picture. It's important to put the aspect ratio. With an aspect ratio of 9 to 16, or you can say a vertical orientation, showing, that's all you're going to say, showing. What are you showing? Paste, first scene. Now, when you paste it, be careful because you don't need to show voiceover, you don't need to show soundtrack. Those are things you don't need to show. You do need to show the visuals, the settings, that's for sure. You do need to have your character profile for the first time. Now, keep in mind who they're talking about. This character is called the MK1 precision manipulator. So keep that in mind, because anytime you see this in your scenes, you have to make sure your characters are kept consistently. You don't want to have one kind of MK1 precision manipulator on scene 1, and maybe on scene 3 you're having a completely different MK. You're going to lose the attention of the people, because then they don't know what they're seeing. So keep this for the first time, keep it there. The actions you need to keep. This is important. Voiceover, you don't need. Delete. Voiceover, delete. Soundtrack, all that's gone. Delete tone, delete accent. You do need to keep the text overlay. That's important, because you want to know what the text overlay is. According to this, the text overlay is saying none. So that means you don't have any here. But let's see in the next one. Here you do. You have a text overlay called intelligence, and this is how it needs to be displayed, description. So for this one, there's none. I'm just still going to keep it. The second thing is it says transition. Okay, there's two things about transition. Either you want to keep the transition and you want to see how it's going to show it in the image, because it will show it with a slight sort of like a line, but it's not going to interrupt when you create the video. It's just indicating that there's a transition. So if you want that, then you can keep it. If you don't want that and you feel you're going to do the transition with the video, then get rid of it. And then just keep only text overlay, actions, character profile, visual. That's it. So I remove the transition. What does a transition says? It says a luma fade, the golden glint on the chip would expand rapidly, washing out the black and revealing the full object in scene 2. Now you have to go back to scene 2 and know what the object is. So the microchip, that's what it is. So we're going to leave that for now. So what we'll do is we'll just send image. Make sure you say create image. And that's it. Make sure you are on thinking. That's all. Now send it. And then wait for it to generate your first scene. Now, when it's generated, this is where we're going to go back to what we have vids. Now, you guys are lucky, because just before we did this cohort with you guys, Google has changed the law they had. Before, if you have vids, you can't generate video. But now they have been able to make it free for you to generate a certain amount of video for free for, I think, for the month, maybe 10 or 15 clips. Plus, you have Google Flow, where you can generate a total of about 5 or 6 videos every day. So 5 videos every day if you're going to do Google Flow Veo 3.1 Lite. I'm going to talk about that. So in total, it means that you'd have every day to generate 5 videos. And then plus you have this 10 to 15 videos that you can make from vid. So if you want to start a company or start a business in video content, it's economical for you in the beginning. And then as you start getting a lot of requests and job, then you have to like pay for subscription, which is pretty cheap. So I'm going to go now into Gemini, go back, let's see what it made. You see what it did? This is how it's going to look like, the first scene. So there's a hand, there's something, there's darkness. And then there's sort of like the logo in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this one. This is my first scene, it's ready. Now I'm going to go onto vids and I'll go back. I think I already have vids open. So let's take it here. Now I could use vids or I could use Google Flow. The difference between the two, by the way, I just downloaded my picture, so I'm going to show you guys. I always like to rename this picture. So I'm going to rename it to scene 1. And this is what it looks like this. That's what it looks like in the beginning. So now we're going to make it come to life. And like I said, you can do it on Google Flow. Click on new project. When you're on Google Flow, this is free. You have 50 credits every day. I think I can show you right here. You see 50 credits. That gets to be refreshed daily. So you can make 5 videos. If you decide to go with Veo 3.1 Lite, because 3.1 Lite takes, I think, about 10 credits. Unless if I'm mistaken, then they've changed it. Let me refresh my Google Flow because I'm seeing that Veo 3.1 Lite is taking 20 credits. Okay, it used to take 10. I'm not sure what happened. And now if you want to do fast, it's taking 40 credits. Okay, so that's a bit shame, but yeah. So anyways, you can create, that means you can't create 5 videos like it was a few days ago. It means you can only create about 2 videos or 3 per day. I think 2, not 3. Because then you'd have 10 and you can't do anything. But if you want to create images, it's free. You don't have any limits. You can create as much pictures as you want. So let me show you the difference. If I took this prompt, look at what I'm going to do. This prompt, right? And I come back to Google Flow. and I want to make a picture to compare and see which one has a better quality. I'll go here. You can do ×1, ×2, depending on how many variations of pictures you want. I will go for ×1, just one. And then I will go for Nano Banana Pro, or you can do Nano Banana 2. I think the latest one is Nano Banana Pro. So I'm going to go for that. And I'll paste this scenario and I will send it. That's it. And you wait and you see what kind of picture it's going to generate. And then you can make a decision before you make a video. Which one do you want to go with? The first one, which was looking like this, based on what you think people will relate to more, or the second one. So this is another way how you can make a decision to get the most highest quality content. So whilst this is doing, let's go back into this place where we can create the clip. Now, we are not starting from scratch. And the reason you will not start from scratch is because if you want to do anything from scratch, make sure you're not putting text in the video, because if you are, it's going to be rubbish text. And people don't appreciate when you don't take time to make things. So you're going to go for animate a picture or animate an image. Then you're going to start saying, using the picture attached here. So this is where we're going to upload our picture. Mind you, I'm still waiting for this to finish. Okay, look at what this one has given me. This is from Google Flow. It gives me a sort of ray of light, but it doesn't look, for me, I wouldn't take this because the texture doesn't look good to me. It looks like a material, fabric. It doesn't look realistic like this one. Let's compare the two. This one looks like a cinematic kind of light, you know, light. Yeah, like a ray light. But the other one is just looking more like something unusual, like you're putting this on a material. So for me, I wouldn't go with this one. So I'm not going to use it. But I created it to have an opinion, right? So now I'm going to go back here. Wait, where's my video? It sort of disappeared. Let me do something, guys. My video disappeared. I'm going to need to share again. Okay, I'm sharing now. So you guys be able to see it again, or you guys will be able to come back again. Now, I was going here, so I'll upload the picture. This is what you guys will do. Upload your image, take your picture that you want, your scene one, then start creating your prompt. Now, say, using the picture attached here, you're going to say create, again, a viral, you can say, yeah, go ahead.
Is that Flow you're using?
Good question. I'm using the one from Gemini, not from Flow. But I have to tell you guys that Flow, if you guys want to start creating like very captivating advertisements or cover pictures or stuff like that, and not all the time is Flow having a low quality of image, I would say it has a much better high quality of image generation than Gemini. It's just this particular occasion, I'm not going to take what it's given me. Although I made a mistake though, you know why? Because I could have done this. I could have gone back here and I could have said, give me a generation. You can actually reuse your prompts, by the way. If you click on this thing right here, there's a prompt reusage right here. Now, I could have said that I wanted to generate this with like 2 or 3 variations. I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to go back out, okay? Go back out of Google Flow, come back in again. This is what is better practice. And then paste your prompt, the same one I had in Gemini. Now here, I'm going to do ×2 or ×3. I will go for ×2 this time. So that means I want it to give me 2 versions. This way, you can have more choices to be able to pick your image. So I didn't like the first one on Google Flow. I preferred this one that you guys seen on Gemini. It's more realistic. So that's why I'm going with this. But yeah, but now you guys are seeing that on Google Flow, you can have variations. You don't have to have just one. It can do more than one. Look at another variation. This is what's giving you again. If you want this, or it will give you another variation if you want this. It depends on how and what you want. So again, I'm still going to go with Gemini. Now I'm going back to this part of Gemini. Is it okay so far, guys? Understandable so far?
It's okay. It's okay. Just that this other part, you have been going from Gemini to Flow. What's the third?
What's the third option you mean that I can use?
No, you've been moving from Gemini to Flow, but I can see another another slide that you are using for the video. So what's the...
Oh, okay, good question. You mean the vids? That's a good question. Yes, I may have gone a little fast on the vids. So if you want to generate video, I did tell you guys there's 2 options, but there's actually 3. One option is if you go to your Gmail, you guys can try that now. Go to your Gmail account, click on the waffle icon right here. Then you will find vids. It's always there, except if your Gmail is restricted or something. But normally with any Gmail, you would find vids. Now, once you click on vids, it will open up like this. There's many things you can do on vids, but if you're a free member, that means you're not paying it's about $10 or something like that to pay on vids to be able to do clips more. That's how it works. But you are a free member, you still can do something. So if you go on vids, you will see that you can do a landscape. And I actually
Sorry,
made
I can't find video.
Okay, so check Gmail, because this is like a regular. Okay, let me go to my regular Gmail, the same thing that all of you guys have, I think. This is my regular Gmail. Has nothing to do with the country or anything like that. It's just, you just have to have a Gmail. This is regular. You guys can see it's saying upgrade. I don't have an upgraded thing like the other one. So here I have vids. I click on it, I go to vids. And the same thing, if you don't find vids, just go and search. Maybe it's hidden somewhere. Do vids, Google vids, something like that. See if you can get it. Google vids. Just do that and see if you're able to like get somewhere where you can like get redirected to it. If you don't have vids, that's okay. We have Google Flow. I mean, we can use that. We have Google Gemini, which is something I'm going to come back and explain to you guys. But it's really important that after this lesson, you go and find out why you don't have vids, because you're supposed to if you have a Gmail. If you don't have vids, you can still create a normal Gmail account and just have vids. So it's really important to have it. You notice that if I go to my vids, look what happens. I go to vids and now it's telling me that I have reached my monthly limit and I would need to wait until May 1st before it will reset for me, because I'm a free account here. So it's resetting every month if you reach the limit. You don't have vids? You still don't have vids? Do you guys have vids?
I think maybe because maybe the device I'm using, I will try to check other device now.
Okay, or you guys switch to VPNs, okay? VPN, United Kingdom or something. That helps. Sometimes I do that myself. You can switch to a VPN because sometimes, yeah, some of these things are not accessible. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Is it okay if I go back to what I was doing? Going back now. So I'm back here to vids, okay? But I was saying that if you guys don't have vids right now, it's fine. Yeah. Where do you want me to go back? Go back to vids or here?
Before you go back, what you are doing to vids, I want to ask, is it easy the desktop or Gmail on your phone?
Sorry, John, you were breaking up. Is it easy to have a desktop Gmail? A Gmail account, you mean? You're breaking off a little bit.
I mean, okay, what I'm saying is, can I on phone to, or it has to be a system, or a laptop?
Oh, sorry about that. Good question. I said, to be honest, I will really advise if you guys can get even the simplest computer system, if possible, or whatever. It's good to have a computer system. It makes it easier for you to do your work. If you're a person who you feel that, yeah, if you feel that mobile is good, but it's not the best. This is content creation. If you want people to hire you for jobs, yeah, you have to be able to do something top notch. That's how you position yourself in a certain level. So you guys try to access computers if you don't have one, or if you don't have one right now, and access it, or go to an internet cafe or whatnot. Obviously, even when I was in Nigeria, I used to do that. You guys know that I'm part Nigerian myself. So all my education was there. So you can go to those places, but you need to have access so that you can be able to do this properly. Otherwise, on your mobile phone, you're not going to be getting the best out of this. You will not get the best out of it. So that's a good question, John. That's a good one. But yeah, John's been asking the questions. Marvelous, Sule, do you guys have any questions to ask or no? Are you okay so far?
Yes, ma'am. I could access Vid AI on my phone, just that
Okay.
it needs subscription.
If it is
It needs subscription.
It actually needs, yes.
But it's free for users. I mean, I have to look into that. No, I don't think you need a subscription because it's free, unless if you've used up all the credits, then that's when it will tell you to subscribe. But they have changed it. You guys can go on Google right now and search like on internet and say, what is the new law about using vids? And they will tell you that as of April, they changed the law that now people can use it for free, just like Google Flow. But anyways, guys, if you don't have vids or whatever problem, it's okay. You can use Google Flow, you can use Gemini. If you go to Google Flow, I don't know if you've noticed when I was explaining, but you will see there's an option for video, right? I told you there's a credit limit. So you can go video, you can go 9 to 16 if you want to do a vertical video, which is the one you should be doing in the beginning. That's the one that gets people's attentions, that gets to play on mobiles. So 9 to 16, and never go for ×2, go for ×1, because ×2, you're going to just be using up your credits. Oh, you see what I was saying? So I don't know what happened. Right now it says that you only need 10 credits to make this. That's why I was telling you guys. So I don't know why I was saying 20 before. So 10 credits meaning that you can make 5 videos. If you switch to the other one, which means higher quality, then you need 20 credits for that. So you can choose. I'm going to go with 10 for now. There's another option. If you want to make video, go to Gemini, like the same Gemini we were on, and then go to Tools, and then go to Create Video. And you can create videos here as well in Gemini. I think you have 3 free or 4 free videos per day. I think it's just 3, unless they changed it. The good thing about this is that you guys can see what kind of videos you can make. So if you want to create a content that is film noir kind of thing, black and white, you can go for monochrome, you can go for metallic, memo. They're showing you the different genres of the type of video, jelly tunes, whatever. So they're giving you a little bit of an idea. So that's also going to add to the type of content you make. Now I'm going to go back to what I was doing. Okay, so I'm going to say, using the picture attached here, create a viral, high quality. Now, there are situations where there will be something you're going to encounter, a problem, where Gemini is going to tell you, sorry, I cannot create a video for you. And I don't know if I'm going to get that error now, but I will certainly get it at some point. If you get such an error, it's because Gemini, the AI, is being programmed to not create content that has to do with drone or flying here, zooming in, or you're putting somebody famous, the face of someone's famous, or you're putting children in your content. Avoid doing that. Avoid putting someone famous. Avoid putting anybody or anything. Just do fictional characters, and don't put kids, don't put anything zoom, drone, all that stuff. It triggers the algorithm and it doesn't let you create content. So I'm just saying, because you will encounter that. So create a viral high quality video clip showing, that's it. That's all I'm going to say, showing, hit enter. Now go back to my Gemini where I had this in the beginning. Go back to my clip, remember my hook, then copy everything from beginning to end. Go back here, paste it underneath right here, and go back to the beginning from the start. I pasted everything you guys have seen all the way to the end, right? Now, from the start, there's something I want to do. So when it says avoid environment, absolute darkness with 0 depth, a single razor sharp beam of light, what you can do is just put parentheses and say, as shown in the picture attached here. It's always good to make a reference, always good with Gemini. Otherwise, I told you, it's like completely blank, no common sense. You have to give it all the sense you can. So as shown in the picture attached here, it's a good idea to put that in parentheses. Now, regarding character profile, don't even try and put this in, because if you do, you're going to be having problems. It's already not, you already have the character profile there. That's the MK1 precision manipulator. This is what it is, a sleek robotic hand. So take the name, keep it in mind. Keep the name in mind. But delete this character profile because you already have it there. You can just say as shown in the picture, or you can say the robotic hand shown in the picture. So I'm going to delete that. Take this all the way up. Now it says the hand. Now be careful, because here you need to give more context. You're going to say the robotic hand. Now this is where you will put this in parentheses and say as shown. So you notice that it's not using the word MK1 manipulator as it said before. It's calling it the hand now. So anytime you see the hand, make sure you say it's the robotic hand in the picture. So as shown in the picture, again, attached here. Then close your parentheses. Now keep reading, keep reading. Voiceover, okay, so voiceover says true power. That's what it's supposed to say. It's a voiceover. This means delete the stuff. You don't need all the stuff. Get rid of that. You also don't need to put anything like dot, dot, dot. It really doesn't understand this kind of thing. And even when you make a sentence and you put a punctuation, whether it's a stop or whatnot, Gemini doesn't get that. It doesn't know that it has to read and pause and do this. You kind of have to just make it into one whole sentence, even though it's not properly punctuated, but that's what it understands. Now, the thing here is that it's easy. It's just one single thing to say, but the accent is important. Now come down here, accent and tone. You don't have to pick this entire thing, okay? You can just pick something from here. You can say deep, velvety, high polished, modern aristocrat sort of accent. Or you can just say, I'm just gonna copy this. I don't need to copy everything. Look what I'm gonna do. I'll put it in here, put it here. This is where you put your tone, like that. Deep, velvety, don't put too long because you're gonna have a problem, it wouldn't understand. Modern aristocrat, hyper polished accent. So you can do from here, like all the way maybe here. This is important. Just pick the thing that you think is important. If you don't want to say velvety, you can get rid of that too and just put only here, like that. And then you have this sort of description right here. And you're good to go. So you've already said you want this modern, high polished, and this is what it's going to say. So that's fine. So you got to get rid of the tone and accent. Don't keep it there. Get rid of that. And then take the voiceover up. Now, what do you have left? The soundtrack, don't change anything in soundtrack. Leave it the way it is. It goes with the scene. And the text overlay. Now, this is very important. You don't have a text overlay in the first scene, so that's good. Delete it. You don't need that. And now the last part is the transition. So it says that you need to go into full object in scene 2. Don't leave it like this. It doesn't make sense this way. Go back and say, what is in scene 2? What is the object? The object is supposed to be this microchip that is revealed. So you can say high contrasting, microchip. You can say a microchip that looks like a 24-karat gold slab. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm going to copy the microchip thing. And I'm going to go back here. And instead of doing this in the abyss, I'll just say here. Let's delete that. So revealing the full object. And what is the full object? A microchip. Can you guys still hear me? You guys are all muted for whatever reason. Wait.
Yes.
You're all
Yes,
muted.
ma'am.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, I think you muted yourself. A microchip that looks like, and then we can send it to generate. A 24, make sure you do it exactly how it is on Gemini. It says a 24 gold slab, a 24 karat gold slab. So that's what I'm going to write, and that's it. 24 karat gold slab. That's all. Once you're done, check if spelling is all good. I wrote microchip wrong. Then generate. That's it. That's all. So wait, generate, see how it is. If you want to have a better opinion, go and copy the exact same prompt, put it on Google Flow and see which one gives you a much better high quality image. Video clip, a much captivating video clip that really describes the scene properly. And that's the one you're going to take, and you're going to be making other video clips in the same way. You're just going to be copying and putting them in. I'll show you what I mean in a few minutes before we wrap up the lesson. But this is really what you have to do, is read properly, make sure everything is done. There is a trick, though. There is a trick. There are many tricks on how to make sure that you create the most perfect content, especially in terms of text. So we're going to be seeing that probably in the next lesson, because we can't do that now. We just have like a minute or two. So let's just see what it generates for this part. And remember, you guys have an assessment you have to do after this lesson. On Monday, we will be posting that for you guys to work on. And it's most likely going to be to get your first video clip and make consecutive other video clips for this particular brand. You have to do the other ones. You're not going to wait for me. You've seen what I've done. So you have to do in the same manner. That's why we're recording the video, so you can go back and play. This is going to be available for you. Now, let's see what it's done. 99%, it's almost there. Hopefully, we don't have any errors or anything like that, because if you do, it's going to tell you, unfortunately, it couldn't generate, and then you have to go back and look at your scene, and that's something I wanted to show you guys to see what exactly is wrong. Okay, so it's generated for me. Let's see what it's made.
True power.
Okay, well, did you guys see that? And did you notice that I made a slight mistake? What was my mistake? I forgot to make this a vertical orientation unfortunately, I did a landscape orientation when I chose this vids. So that's why you should pay attention to the orientation. But let me just do something real quick. Did you guys hear what it said and how it presented the information, like the first part, the hook? Were you able to see it okay?
Yes,
Play it again.
yes.
Okay, let me play it again. Is the audio, can you guys hear my audio, by the way, in my system when it plays things? Are you able to hear? Can you guys hear, like, I'm not playing anything. When I was playing it before, were you able to hear the audio from the system?
Yes, yes. I was able
Okay,
to hear you.
all right.
Hear it, ma'am.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna play it right now. Okay, play it again, listen, follow, see what it does.
True power.
Did you see it in the beginning?
I said, I can't
That's
see
just the
text
first part.
overlay.
You can't see the what? The text overlay. That's a good question. There is no text overlay, John. Remember, the first scene doesn't have one. Scene, yes, scene 1 has no text overlay. It will come in scene 2. That's where you have it. Starts coming from there. So that's a good question, good observation. It means you're really paying attention to this. So guys, there is no text overlay in scene 1, but I want to show you something just quickly before you go. I'm going to copy the exact same thing. Okay, look, copy the exact same thing. Go back to Google Flow. Go here, paste it over in Google Flow, switch to video, switch to frames. Don't do ingredients because that means you're starting from scratch. Go frames, go 9:16, go ×1 and video light. Paste, then click on start, upload the picture. This is for you to get a second opinion, okay? You always have to have a second opinion. If you can, of course, because you're using your credits as well. So keep that in mind. Now I'm trying to generate for you guys the one that's a vertical orientation because I forgot to do that when I was setting it on vids. So now I'm doing one here on Google Flow. So let's do this before we end the lesson. And there's something important about the timing that I will also need to talk to you about regarding the lesson for next one. So let's wait for this to upload. I think it's done. Once it's finished, send it, that's all, and make the video. And it's doing it. Now, while it's making the video, I want to go over a couple of things. Your lessons are going to be put in here, okay? All the lesson resources will be here. That means the lesson plan, what we've done, this file, the prompts that we've used today. We used prompt 1 and prompt 2. So prompt 1 is here, and then there's going to be a prompt 2, what I used, so you can have an example. Now, everything will be in Google Classroom, including the video of this class recording for you to follow. Remember that your task is you need to post your learning journey on your social media as you finish. So from Monday, you're going to see that your assessment will be posted here. You must complete your assessment and submit it on time. The assessment will be for you guys to create your clips, just like what we've done here, but for all of the clips. So remember, like in Gemini, I had 4 scenes, right? That means apparently 4 clips. You need to do that and join them all together into one whole video at the end of the day. So you need to use your intelligence, obviously, in how you're joining them, but you've seen how to be able to get the scene. You've seen how to make the picture. You've seen how to do the video. So it's the same strategy. Now, once you do that, you will need to, of course, submit it. Oh, my video is ready, by the way. Google Flow is done. So let's see what Google Flow does, and I'll explain the rest.
True power.
Ooh, I like this one the most. Which one do you guys? Yeah, this one too. I prefer this one. Do you see how it captivates you? Like, at the beginning you didn't hear anything, but then at the end there was this noise, this voice that came in, and it already took you in to see what's going to happen next. So this one's really good. If you didn't hear it, look at it. This one's good.
True power.
So that's how you will use this. And you know what? If you want to know how to use this and how to edit it, just click download. Very easy. Download the original size always. You can't go for the rest because you're not, a high member or you don't have that credits. Download it. And then you know what you're going to do if you want to edit. You guys have editing softwares, but if you have vids, you can go for vids again. If you want to edit videos, you can do that. Also, I want to let you guys know that if you download Microsoft ChipChamp, it's a free software you can download and you can edit high quality videos. You don't have to pay anything, just download it. So that's another thing for you to know. Now, when you go back to VITS, look at how you can edit your videos. Just click insert, go to upload, and then upload your clips one after the other. So I'm going to upload the one I just downloaded from Google Flow. It should be found on your downloads of your computer. Select the video. Make sure it's the video one. It says MP4. Click open, and it will upload for you guys here automatically. So when you click it, see, it's here.
True power.
And then you can add another scene and you can upload and sort of populate them in that way. Okay, so remember, this is what you're supposed to do for your first assessment. You're needing to finish the whole creation based on, let me go back real quick before we wrap up, based on all the scenes that Gemini has given you. You need to create the content for this company. This is electrical engineering with jewelry production, and it's combining the two to sort of create this high quality content. Now, we're going to be wrapping up, guys. Do you have any questions before I tell you the last part of this lesson for today?
Please don't forget to drop the prompt in the document.
Sure, I will do that for sure. If that's a very good question from John. Marvelous and Sule, your camera's gone off. Catherine, or I think this is Joy, not Catherine. Joy, you joined the lesson late. Again, guys, please make sure you remember that this is a free lesson session that we're giving out. And we have been successful in our first cohort. The students have come always on time. So please make sure you come on time. If you miss any session, we will remove you from the program immediately. So keep that in mind, okay? That's why you signed the contract. So make sure you come on time. Whatever you're doing, you gotta get time to come here. That's why you were able to sign up for this and we selected you. So please keep that in mind and make sure your camera works, your video works. It's only for 1 hour and it's going to worth your while at the end of the day. So you should try to make sure you're competent from your side. Do you have any other questions regarding this? Anybody else? Babatunde, Marvelous. Any questions? I think
No, ma'am.
Marvelous is Babatunde. Okay, and then Sule, are you with us? Joy, there.
I'm with you.
Okay, well, guys, there is going to be a slight change in the timing of the class. It's not going to be 8 o'clock. It's going to be 8:20, just 20 minutes down, just because we have a slight sort of like confusion in terms of timing. So it's the same 8:20 to 9:20. So we will update the timing. And I just wanted to let you know. So when you see that for next class, it will be updated. Your second class is going to be with me. Your third class is going to be with Miss Modesta Nwafor or Miss Nwafor Modesta. Your fourth class will be with me again. And then your fifth session is going to be led by the Harvard-educated founder of Hardcore Skills, who will come and talk to you guys, see what you guys want to know about the workforce and working, whether in the US, whether in where you are, whether remote, if you want to start business. She has all the answers in terms of soft skills, and she's done with us the first cohort. So it's your opportunity to actually get to know things better and give you that push in the professional world. Now, do we have any questions? Remember, you need to post a story about your lesson on Monday once you have gotten the materials, your reflections of what you'd felt during this lesson, and you need to tag us, Nazli Tech School. Tag us there because we want to follow the whole learning journey and we want people to see you and, you know, open ways of opportunities for you yourself. So make sure you do that. We don't have to remind you to do that. Okay, any questions before we wrap up?
Okay, ma'am. My question is that I want you to remind us, when are we submitting? When is the deadline for the assessment, submission of the assessment?
Good question, guys. So it should be just a day before your next session. So if on Monday, that's actually a very good question. Monday is when we will put the assessment for you guys, right? Monday is the 20th. And so that means you will be expected to submit it on the 23rd of, that means Thursday. See? So a day before your next session.
Okay.
Yeah.
What platform are we submitting?
I beg your pardon? What?
Where are we submitting the assessment? On the
Here,
classroom? or
Google, yes, on Google Classroom, guys, just like here where you see it on Google Classroom. We will create something called assignment, and you will need to upload your assessment and submit it. That's it. So we will be here on under lesson 1, cohort 2. Okay, you guys are gonna have access to the video recording of this class by Monday or by Sunday. And when we upload, we don't work on Sundays. So when we do upload this on Monday, you will see this video recording so you can play back and go back and try to understand things on your own pace.